Hello, my lovers. Hello. Yeah, unfortunately, I do. I'm rather fond of this music. I mean, we could put on the Fallout 3 soundtrack, which I also love. Well, I mean, it's completely different from this, but it did really. I'm going to change the scene in just a second. Hold on, I'm not forgetting you. I'm just making sure I know I'm forgetting something. Anyway, we do have a successful 3D print. But oh, that's what I wanted to do. Ooh, a Kickstarter just started. This. Well, we'll get to that in a moment. Oh, I wanted to do a Twitch post. Silly, where is it? Twitch there. But hello there. How are we doing, ladies and jelly spoons? Welcome to another day where my lower lip is millimeters above the bottom of the frame. I was hoping to get a new camera. That was what I was really hoping. That's why I'm slightly miffed about the whole phone situation. I was really hoping to sort of start moving towards getting a new camera. And then that's completely wiped that off the board for like at least 6 or 7 months. So that's fun. Now I need to do, wait, how do I do a stupid post on this? Happy, oh, there it is, story. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. How's it going? Picture. Where is this one? Yes, I'm live. So the print finished, and it was mostly a success. There was a slight issue with it, but I think that's mostly a me problem rather than anything else. I'm live. Magenta. Why can't they make the words bigger on Twitch stories thing? Is there any way of making the words larger? Because rubbish at the moment. So Skyrim. Yes, I do like that game. I find the thing which I found most irritating about it was honestly the beginning. I liked it the first couple of times, but then whenever I wanted to do a playthrough, always having to do that, very tedious. There was a mod called A New Life or something like that, which was you can just bonk down anywhere basically and start a new life without going through the intended starting thing. You could basically pick out your own bits and pieces and go through all the starting stuff, which I did like, but it took me a while to find it, unfortunately. Game, can we see some fun challenge runs? Well, I've still never finished the game, so that is an issue right there. The Bethesda Gateway with releasing buggy, broken messes. Was he under fire? Did he actually get done for the things? Or is it just like, you know? Not saying that stuff to make you change. No, it's all right, Reno. I won't be changing. I know we have listened to this a bunch already, but the beginning first few tracks I like a lot anyway. So we will be listening. No. Like, no. This phone, the charging port is no longer. The phone is 4 years old, so I was expecting. I was genuinely hoping it would last until next year, but it's decided that this is the year that it needs to be replaced, which is tedious. But it happened about 6 or 7 months too early, as far as I'm concerned. It's a bit irritating, and I was hoping to get a nice. I've been wanting to get a full frame camera for several years now, but I've been putting it off because of one thing or another. Whether it's like a computer streaming PC, that breaking, that put everything back, and then the phone. It's just one thing after another. So I got to wait another 6 or 7 months before I can even consider getting a fancy camera. But That's fine. One thing, you know, that's just I have to make sure and write it into the book that if anything breaks again, I can't replace it. I just have to buy the camera. Control and scroll up, down, increase. It does indeed. It does indeed do the size of the windows. Web pages. He was accused by 2 people. Nothing ever came of it. I had that. You can sometimes replace the power board. Yeah. Well, I went and bought a phone last night. I delved into my emergency fund, which I hate doing. I just did it. There we go. It is a good excuse, yeah. I wasn't happy with it, but what I was happy with, apparently, like, they're bringing out some new... I spoke about it yesterday. A camera... No, not a camera. A watch. Smartwatch, I think they're called. Something I frankly ignored for ages. But I didn't realize they had full sensors on. And they can message people if you have a fall. So if I have a seizure... my fall, it can message people. So that is a good thing, because I have been looking at, like, there are a variety of like epilepsy sensors, but they all cost, they only do, I think they have a watch on them, like the phone, like, time on them, and the sensor thing, and it sends out a message. But that's all, basically all it does, and it's also a subscription. So kind of hoping it does a lot more, and the full sensor thing, and the same price and no subscription. So, Ragnar, I would have loved to have bought you another printer. I honestly was thinking I could have bought myself 2 printers, or myself 1 printer and you a printer, but I couldn't. He did disappear after. Well, I don't know. I don't want to get into the massive chat about that. But I mean, it's either you either disappear because you don't want to hear any more about it, or because you were in fact guilty. So I don't know. Anyway, look what we have. The print finished. Let me show you the print before we get too sidetracked. There. Look at this. This was the only issue I said. There was so this was all on 1 print plate, okay? Which I've never done before. So this was all, it was all like lined like this basically, or however it was. And this door was like this. And as you might be able to see, it got knocked over before it finished. So it was like kind of, I've got to figure out the best way to orientate things on a build plate. This was like the first time, so I've got no idea. Also, I'm not into that. Looks like some weird weeds growing through something. But anyway, it was like that, basically. And then when I got to the printer, it was knocked over by obviously the print head. So I could print out a new one. I'm not going to. We're just going to make something fit. There's supposed to be hinges here, which go into the back of this doorway right there. Looks slightly ropey there as well. But I mean, that's the inside of the building. I can slap a bit of filler in there anyway. But I'm really happy with this. Like, bearing in mind the first FDM printed buildings I ever saw were absolutely horrific. This is so much better than I was expecting. Like, I'd seen pictures of it. For an FDM printed bit of scenery, I'm very happy with it. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's got, so this is one of the smaller buildings that I can print from them. That I will print from them. There are these buildings, and then there's broken down, ruined versions of them as well. So these do fit, I promise. Needs a little bit of sanding and stuff. We're not going to paint it today because I think I've got to figure out how we want to do it, because there are like We just want to figure out how we're going to do it exactly before we get stuck into painting. Like some sort of base would be an idea. I don't know if we want to necessarily have these modeled open and then going down the stairs into the dungeon or something. Resin printing is a whole world that's far. With Reno, this was FDM, so this is. Printing with the plastic filament. This is not resin printing at all. This is using this. Where's my face? Oh god, I upgraded the camera. Using these things. I mean, it was a very long print. It was a very. It took 35 hours, I think, to print. But it was on a very fine height, like 0.08 millimeters. This is PLA, yeah. Matte PLA. And I'm ridiculously happy with this. 5% infill. And it's all. I think it's all designed to be printed on the bed without supports. I don't know if there are. I don't know how many of the files. That was highly. I don't know if any of the files need support. They're not made to be needing support. So. Sorry, man. That's all right, Reno. It's all right. This is like I print out a couple of things for the FDM printer. Like literally some desiccant pods and a scraper. And then I thought, you know what? Enough of the mechanical things, or you know, we just want to print a bit of scenery out and see how it is. So yeah, this is the building. There are end bits to the roof, so it doesn't look weird. There are printed these out, and there are more bits for the chimney side of things. I've got to look at the picture just to double check. I think it's like, yeah, it must be like, and it's made so that the roof is removable. And look at, you know, we looked at the pictures earlier, and like the like you can see the layer lines just about. You will be able to see them. Oh, hey, Jangles. How the devil are you? Thank you so much for the resub. 65 months. There's the button. God. Yes. I'll smash that a bunch. How you doing today? That door could have used a big brim. Yeah. Well, I think if I space things out better on the build plate, it would be better. Because it printed all of that and only had some knobbly bits to do. 0.08. Ragnar. That's why it took so long. Narrow high things can... Oh, that makes sense. It makes sense. Like, I was concerned. This was like this. I was concerned this was just going to get knocked over. Christ almighty. Exactly. Exactly. Jangles? Speak to me. How are you doing? Thank you so much for the resub. Cracking. Christ almighty. That's exactly what... exactly. That's what the person recommends. He says, I think he said you can go to like 1.2 and things start to sort of look a bit ropey. But I will have a quick look at the FDM because I want to. There are a couple of things I would like to do. Print. for this. See if I can figure out how to show off. Is it screen share? Hold on. No, that's my face. Window capture? Window capture. Window capture. Bamboo. Studio. What is that? And what the? I'm so lost. We're going. Hold on. Let me studio mode. Why was that not working? Window capture. Okay, that's window capture. Then we go to screen share. I mean this window capture? Yes, I meant this window capture. All right. Add studio mode. Okay, so I have printed out these dry pods, right, which have the desiccant in. I need to print out a couple of these because it was getting. So these, you can lift up the glass lid, the top of the printer, and slide it into that. So that some hot air can get vented when printing PLA, and then if you got ABS or something which needs that hot area printing, then you can slap the lid on properly. Also got a couple of drawers, and I also need to get some of these done, some of these bad boys printed, and a what would you call it? Winder? Spool winder. Best you can do is not. What is your printer though? So I need to get one of. I think this one. I think I need to get this spool winder. Stabby. Check Discord. Can you not see any of this? Oh, buggeration. Okay, fine. Fine. Bugger. Bugger. And other words as well. I mean, I did see that, but I thought, okay, when I go... Whatever. Whatever. I do apologize. Anyway, I'll go to Maker's World. Show you instead. The Circle, how you doing today? Happy Tuesday. What is going on? Comment allez-vous, Rodney? Makers. What do they call it? Makers. Makers. Not Maker's Mark. That's whiskey, isn't it? Maker's World. 3D Windows might, yeah. I suspect that's it. It's weird. Let's. I still want to show you though, because is this the website or these pictures? I can't figure out. I know we're on the website. Weird. Winder. Ratchet strap winder. So yeah, I'm very happy with the print. We've got a lot more to print in the future though. Bigger buildings, things which will take even longer. Which is slightly terrifying. Screen share. Okay, this is going to work. This does not seem to be working at all now. I will be blaming Disney in its entirety, obviously. What? Screen share. Screen share. There we go. All right, finally. Blood. Absolute disaster today. Absolute disaster. Right. So, I need to print one of these spool winding bad boys. I think this is the one I've been eyeing up. Did I get another head for 0. I have no. I've got no idea what I've got stuck. I've got it's 0.4 at the moment. in there? I don't know. I don't know what's in there. You getting water for painting? Hell yes. You've just me. You've only missed me. I will turn on my printer using the power of my phone. How about that? How about that? So I got my 2 printers. Amazingly original names, and the studio thermostat. If I turn on R2, which is the X1C, screw you. There we go. No idea. That's how the files came to me, Ragnar. That's how the files came to me. I've got literally no idea, dude. Dude, I got no idea. Like, I will... Why? The screen share thing won't work. I'm sure I've shown you this before, though. Have I not? This is really frustrating. Screen share. That's that. If we do window capture, that's Chitubox. Go Bamboo Studio. Okay. All right. So if we go to screen share, right. Okay. So this is the setting for my X1C. 0.4 thingamajiggle. These are the settings that I was given. So it's a 0.4 mil nozzle. I do have a smaller nozzle and a bigger nozzle as well, a 0.6 and a 0.2. But I just left it. Yeah, these are the settings, Ragnar. Flow rate standard. That's it. It all just came. It's all as the person intended. Strength. Numbers, things I've got no idea what they are. Sparse infill density. Like, I've got no... I mean, it sounds like it's all vaguely familiar. I can kind of figure out what some of these things are just by looking at it and using the brain. But the rest of it's just like absolute suffering and no idea. So we got the 0.08 millimeter extra fine BBL X1C. Yeah, there's no way I could have done this on my own at all, Ragnar. I mean, eventually, yes, but thankfully, the person I got these files from had already got the profiles and stuff. Thank God. Thank God. No supports, thankfully. Others, no brim. Anyway, so I'm surprised that... Can you see this now? Can you not see? I've changed the picture to like the home page, and it's different. It's not what you're seeing on camera. No, it's weird. That's weird. Very strange. Screen share. Get rid of you. Go back here. So I need to print out one of these bad boys and a riser for both printers. So I need one spool winder and one of these things. Then you can put the glass into this slot here so it can vent out at the top, and there's a slot for auxiliary build plates. Easy assembly. I love easy. Easy is my jam. Easy like Sunday morning, etc. We're still in studio mode. Anyway, so I need to print out, but I need to figure out what to print this stuff out of. Like, do you do PLA? What do you use, Ragnar? What do you use? Get this open. PLA purely. Even for, like, what are people making, like, props and stuff, do they use PLA as well? So I've been looking at PETG and the other thing. Now, I've missed out on some chat. I do apologize. Want to see the new mug? Of course. Sir, let me give you a permit, and then you should be able to do that exact drop a link. As long as it's, you know, within terms and conditions of Twitch, drop it like it's hot. ABS or PETG? Okay, so I have started looking at ABS and PETG. Sorry, sir, I do apologize. I wasn't ignoring you. I was getting way too sidetracked. Got a link. But magic is heresy. That is true. I like it. I better turn my... I like that one. But the door needed a brim. Yeah, well, we're gonna scratch build something today. We're gonna attempt to scratch build something, I'll just clarify. And hope that we can make it look all right. But I'm really happy with this. In case it's not obvious, very happy with this. Can't wait to print more. But I need to be what's it? I need to be strong. I've got to print the winder and like the risers first. Then I can reward myself. You saw a shirt with that? I don't think I've seen that one before. I liked it. So we've got, I do want to show you, so we've got vent feed, not OBS. Screen share. So we've got all of these to print, like these are large bits of scenery and the underworld. So the one I just printed was Granny's Cottage, right? There is the ruined version. There's the smokehouse, which is like the first iteration. So I'm going to be printing that out. There's a ruined one as well. And a well. Lighthouse, watchtower, warehouse, lockhouse, tavern. We've got all those things. Then there's the upgraded version of this one. So in fact, it's the cottage right here. The base, the buttery biscuit base, as you can see. And then it's been built on. She did get rich. She built 2 more floors. 3 more floors, in fact. She built first, second, and third floor. Wear a shirt with that. As you should do. So yeah. So that is a larger version. Then we've got the cathedral and the road dividers as well. There's lots of that to print. But on top of that, where is Tired World Studio? So there's this entire dock area. Yeah, there's like city foundations and there's a dock areas, all these buildings. They all look pretty close stylistically, I think. So I think they'll work well together. There's a barge, some cranes and dock things, all sorts of bits and pieces to print out. But I must be strong. Ooh, Titan. Zombella, what's a vampire's favorite ship? I'm expecting an amazing joke. Zero pressure. I'm thinking way too much about it. I was just thinking of some sort of cutter. But I don't know. Zombella, you're going to have to... A blood vessel. Blood. Good. I like it. I wouldn't even thought about that. How you doing today, Zombella? Sublution, how you doing, you saucy beast? We on the right page? Yeah, we're doing a little bit of reading. And then I've got to show you the scenery. Ooh, hello. See? That sounds pretty Drakari. Yeah, or like vampire. I do have some vampire, some blood knights, in fact, to paint at some point. That's a Vindicator. On top of this sort of building thing. Reinforcement. There's the new Terminators and Dreadnought thing. Don Bella, how are you feeling today? I hope you're feeling better. Right? No dodgy tummy. Sweet, sweet Titan. I'm going to say, and I don't want to sound too mean or anything. That's not the best picture. It looks slightly blurry and out of focus. What was the name of those vampire pirate models back in 2010? What? Not the Pirates of Sartosa. Sartosan pirates. Lucian? You're alright looking legendary. Wait, hold on. I am or you am? You is. You are. I'm alright. You're better than yesterday. I was going to go swimming, but the beach is closed due to aggressive shark sightings. Wait. Were the sightings aggressive? Were they like, with the person reporting the shark particularly aggressive? Or is the shark aggressive? And how can you tell it's aggressive from a distance? That is a bummer. Is Jeff the land shark? And I'm asking, can I pet that? I saw, what was it the other day? Some teeth, something on the box about people swimming with sharks, buying expectations and all that sort of talk. Gonna be lurking and doing stuff? Hell yes. Do all the stuff. Because they ask you for your wallet. Yeah, I mean, my wallet's empty. Lucian. The only reason I don't, like, they can't have my wallet, because my years ago, and I want to keep it. But there's nothing in there, except empty hopes and dreams. Terrible. These pictures, I've got to say, are not looking great. They're not looking sharp. That looks, honestly, it looks like someone speed ran it and didn't have the equipment. So those last images are not. This is better. I know it's in that big room, or something where they have to get everything. Anyway, right. The seat to the stream. Say. Disturbing my neighbours as I belt out Celine Dion. Oh bloody hell! You break the power ballads. Look at this beast. Sweet bit of scenery. We do have end boards for the roof. Only the very best at Istvan 5. Well, I get confused with the Istvan. Like, there were a bunch of them, weren't there? So the only issue with this is this door, which we need to do something about. It got knocked off the plate, so we need to remedy it a little bit. We are going to do some painting as well today, but not yet. But I've got to tease everyone. Content teasing. So there are end plates for the roof. So this is the issue with the door. Big old barn door hinges, right? But no actual hingey bit. Like, there's the big brackety bit, but no hingey bit. Not the website. Is there a website or an app? And it does sort of. It is a bit of a loose fit. It's supposed to be like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to align it correctly. There are, as you can see, some notches built into the thingamajig. We just have to align some sort of I think probably leave it open a smidgen. Maybe. More time. Yeah. Well, it's the stuff I just finished printing out. I'm very excited about. There's a lot more to print. But it's this scenery here. Not the cathedral with the hell underneath it. It's the first part of their scenery. So this one right here. Granny's cottage. Let me show you what it should look like. There has been a bit of... The door wasn't 100% successful because it got knocked off. But... So there is the side of it. There a straight-on view. Well, you can see it's not supposed to be a snug fit. It's like... There is a gap below for mice and things to run in and out of. I have a hollow Imperator foot full of liquid resin. Did you do draining holes? Solo. You've got to do lots of those bad boys. If you know it's so... There is some tidying up to do. Hold on. Let's get back to the camera so we can actually do something productive. We've got some bit of tidying up to do. Not a huge amount, truth be told. There's this bit. There's some furry bits here. There were some weird furry bits hanging out of here. We've annihilated. You know, some little bits and pieces here and there, but genuinely a huge amount. So we're going to tidy this up, then get this door fixed. Clippers. But tell me how your day's going, folks. Some of us are not swimming in the sea, which is absolutely bloody terrible. Hopefully that... Yo. I watched a film called... I don't know what it's called. It was a Jason Statham film where he was like an assassin or something like that. Not The Mechanic. No, it was The Mechanic. The Mechanic 2. I think. Anyway, he slathers on some shark repellent juice. Like sun cream. It was like some shark repellent stuff. Obviously it worked. Because he swam ashore or something. I don't know. Got picked up by a boat. But, not that I'm suggesting trying it out and seeing if it works. This blade is really blunt, by the way. This has been too stubborn on replacing it. Okay, what are we all up to today? We might, as I said, we might change the music. We are dual streaming as always. Well, not as always, because Wednesday streams tend to be just Twitch. Occasionally I do YouTube as well, but we do dual stream to YouTube and Twitch generally. I'm fighting awful priming. How awful are we talking? Sure, I don't... Right, I've just figured out what this is. I was going, I don't know what this is, and I thought, no way. That, ladies and jelly spoons, I'm going to tell you what it is. The hinge. It's a hinge for the door. When it gets a pin, just jams it down, sort of. You can just, once my hair's out of the way. See that? Yes. So we just bear that in mind so we can make the door actually functional. Actually. Sitting down eating potatoes, wedges, double cooks, and sausages. Delicious. Delicious. Thinking about if I was being flirted with yesterday or not. What, by me? But you appeared far too late in the stream for me to start flirting. Like, we were literally ending stream. Like, if you were considering that to be a flirt, then sorry. I know it's the whole treat 'em mean, keep 'em keen kind of thing. But it wasn't this case. Yesterday's stream was afraid not. No. I imagine you were talking about someone else, though. I don't want to make it all about me. Someone who I was chatting with at work. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Shucks. Listen. What makes you think? Let's consider. Tell us the story. That was me hoping. I know. Listen, you're putting the work in today. You turned up basically at the beginning of stream, so there's more chance. I'm a horrific flirt. Like, I do enjoy it. But I did click on a link on it. I think I've lost the bloody link. It was something about. Oh, not that one. It was. What was the title of the web page? The title of the thing caught my eye. It was something like. If you're nervous about flirting or something, like 4 things to do to make you a better flirt. Talk utter shite for ages. That's the winning thing. Horny badger baiters in your area. Funnily enough, badger baiter is my was one of my first gaming usernames. Which I still use, in fact, for some of my accounts. Some of my long, Battlefield and Call of Duty, that I still use that badger baiter as the name. Not that I advocate for badger baiting, by the way, just to clarify. It does sound a bit weird. All good? Hell yes. So yes, I'm waiting for Lucian for the flirting story. All right, I need to get. We got some tubular bits. Now, I don't want to use the brass rod, or the brass tube for that matter. I'm hoping we have some... Yes. Yeah, this will work, I think. No, I hadn't finished. I was waiting for you to tell us the story about the work. I've never really... That's horrendous. I've never finished. Just, right? So we need to get some tubular bits, because this will fit into it. It'll be a bit loose, truth be told, but it'll be functional. Unless there was a slightly narrower tube, like that's a rod or tube. Rod. Oh. I was hoping there might be a... styrene round rod. 4 mil. Compared to... 3 mil. I have to use a 3. A cleaner, she initiated conversation a few weeks back and we started talking. Parents run a holiday home place and she lives in the village next to the one you grew up in. Oh. Well, you know what they say about inter-village relationships. You know, like the next village being too far away from how disasters start. Well, did you flirt back? I mean, was it just like a conversation, or were you eyebrows wiggling all over the place? Okay, so that is... I'm eyeballing this. I can't be bothered to measure it. And it's going to come back to... Well, and maybe I will. We were laughing about stuff, and she was talking about when she used to be in school and how she pushed a teacher in a cupboard. Oh my god, she was one of them. I was like, oh, really? Yeah, I think one of my... It was someone in my brother's year shoved the teacher into a cupboard and locked them in for ages. Oh dear. He tells me about it every so often. Okay, so this is like I'm going to say 5 mil. Where's the actual door? Lost it. There it is. Found it again. Half my prime is too light, so you see plastic and paint is met. The other's too thick and you lost detail. You're too angry now to keep trying. Reno, what were you priming out of interest? What devil were you priming? Now this is supposedly 2 mil. Oh. This is supposed... That is... Yeah, okay. Not going to get any... Wonder. Slightly too big. Slightly too big. Can't really lube this up and use it. It'll too big. Tell a lie. Maybe. Chunky hint. Orc beast snaggers with wraithbone. Telescoping plastic tube, legendary, exactly. We had a teacher that regularly got locked in for the entire lesson, so often they had a key cut and left in there, so she... That's terrible. What are kids like? Absolute monsters. Absolute monsters. Alright, I need the fan on again. Reno. So what are you going to do? It sounds like you're a bit miffed about it for today. Are you going to get back to it later at some point, or... I mean, potentially you can always strip it if it's really too thick. Get some bio lubrifirkins on it, bio strip, or whatever it's called. Yeah, these are going to be some chunky old hinges. Too much hassle. This was supposed to help de-stress, so I'm going to put them in a box and forget them. That is... The amount of times that's helped has been a lot. Like, just ignoring something for a while. Definitely been a help. Sorry to hear that, Rena. Hopefully you can find something else to kind of take your mind off it. Hey! Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm absolutely cream crackered. Door. Let me have a look at this door. We gotta attempt. I'm looking at the model of the door at the moment. I reckon we can put a sheet of styrene along, cut it and put it along the length here. Yeah, a sheet of styrene. Slap it on the length there and just kind of texture a little bit. We only missed sort of literally the very edge of the door and the actual hinge bits. The hinge bits now. The hinge bits are on the, if you look at it from the edge, from there, on the inside of the door side. If that makes any sense? It makes sense to me. The inside of the door. So they're going to go right basically there and there. And there's going to be, you're going to see a little bit. So a little bit of styrene there to fill out the gap. And cross our fingers and then slap on a bit of hinge and probably do a little bit of green stuff to replicate some of this. It's not going to be perfect. And I can't also at the same time not going to print out a new door because I had a kid steal another kid's lunch. Teachers knew who did it, but called 5 of us that sat with him in the lesson to the school office. I told them who it was. They're not expelled. Then yeah, good. The good old days. Yes, that's terrible. I'm glad that I'm no longer in school. Yeah, let's have a look. I think generally, Reno, that if it's too thin, I don't think that's the issue. I think like if it's too thick, then I can definitely understand. But the thin bit of paint isn't the end of the world. I mean, because in the good old days and still now, like people just paint over grey plastic all the time. Priming just unifies the texture of the surface and brings everything together from a everything's the same standpoint. Are you using contrast? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, well, you can still do a light spritz when you return to it if you want to. The good old days when kids could be punished for misbehaving. Yeah. Utter ratbags. Utter ratbags. So we need to... Oh, the door opens inwards. Not outwards. Okay. Hence the hinge on the inside. We are going to model it open, I think. Or just... Yeah, we'll model it open. We're not going to have the functioning hinge. Got to find my styrene sheet. I got some thin styrene and some thick styrene. We'll use a bit of both. Probably start off with the thick bit. I might curse myself in a few minutes when I realize that I'm making more work for myself, but hey ho. Need a pencil. An F. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. All right, we're going to see how this goes. I'm expecting a disaster. Oh, well, oh well. I have my coffee. Ah, my milkshake. Thing. My lunch. What have we eaten today food-wise, folks? Tell me. I had an old Fagita that was going out of date when I went to the supermarket. It had a yellow sticker on for must buy it today. You can have some money off it if you do. I did. I need a new blade, don't I? The blade is terrible. You were a very well-behaved child generally, and then he grew up and things went the other way, Lucian. Does it bring all the boys to the yard? No. Doesn't bring the girls to the yard either. Fight anymore. I don't know where my spare knife blades have gone. Concerning. I was relatively well behaved. Still am, thankfully. Very well behaved. Oh! Right in front of me. Right. That blade looks pointy. Pointy enough for Disney. Really must order some more blades. Oh dear, oh dear. May have to take a break at some point, by the way. I don't normally like to take a break, but sometimes Situations occur when breaks need to be taken. Just to warn you. Sorry. Ah! I didn't cut myself. I was just pressing too hard on the other. I didn't cut myself? No, just checking. I just pressed really hard on the back of the blade. And I thought for a second, God, I haven't done something really stupid, have I? Thankfully, I hadn't. I was very wise. The general plan is I'm going to super glue this on. Right? Super glue this bad boy on. And then just kind of whittle away at it until it's flush and sort of looks right. And I'm hoping that we won't need to do 2 bits this thick. I do have some slightly thinner that we can do as well. But this will hopefully get us the majority of the way where we need to be. Probably need to do a tiny bit of green stuffing or something like that. Heel stabbing? No. That sounds like... What was that James Bond villain? Was it Clegg? Yeah, it was Clegg. With the stiletto in the high heel in the shoes. That she sort of clicked her heels together or whatever, and then like a blade just... poison blade just went out of the back, and she used to stab, well, kick people in the back of the leg or something. Very vicious weapon. I think the name was Clegg. I'm not sure. Okay. Dylan. Yeah. Absolutely. So, plan is we're going to slap this on. This is all because I printed out incorrectly or pressed the wrong button or something, and it got or put it in the wrong place on the print plate. I suspect it would have printed fine, but yeah. So we will slap this bad boy on. Once it's fully bonded, then we will shape it with the blade. Foot-related blade shenanigans? Is that right up your street, Lucian? Isn't there a send up of the character in the first Austin Powers? Yeah, there was. Scott! Yeah, there was. But I've not seen those films in ages. Knife got in the court of in the wheel of the chair. I pulled in to sit down. And the blade went straight into the... Ah! Ah! That sounds really uncomfortable, to put it mildly. Sounds really uncomfortable. How you doing today, dude? How is your day going? I think I told you a while ago I sliced the side of my foot. Oh, no! No, you didn't! Oh, Jesus Christ on a bicycle. Why would you tell me that? Oh, God, that sounds unpleasant. Oh, Christ. Why? Why would you do that? Oh, I'm not liking that at all. Absolutely not. We have our bit of... We've got this slapped in place, so we're just going to leave it basically an amount of time. We will return to it. I'm hoping that even with it, this will take us to the right fatness of the door. It's not supposed to be like absolutely flush fit. There is supposed to be a gap top and bottom. We could add a little slender slither. Slender little slither on of the thinner styrene. Or maybe even the thicker again. I think the slender one is probably going to be the best choice, though, because it'll mean there's a bit of a gap. Then we can have it vaguely functional. But we've got to leave that a little bit. Where's this blood from? Oh, ghastly. More of a surprise. Yeah, it would be a surprise. Knife to the back of the ankle. That sharp shock of a surprise stabbing. Make me feel a bit nauseous. Don't mind saying. You was crucified by a long nail in the hat? No way. All the way through? Wait, hold on. During assembly? I had the weirdest thought right then. I can't. I had the weirdest thought, like like assembly? It was a very weird thought. Like when you were being, you know, formed. In the womb. I thought that I thought that you were kind of saying, you know, during hold on, what's the word? Not gentrification. Not gesticulation. There's a word. I think it begins with G. When you're growing into a, you know, baby type thing. I was thinking that's assembly, right? No. Germinated. Yes, thank you. Sacrifices have changed these days. Yeah, pulled it out and made a stigmata joke for the rest of the week. Your form teacher was livid. Yeah, it's crazy. Like things kids do back in the good old days. I was built, not gestated. Gestated. That was the word. Not gesticulated, and definitely not gentrified. Yeah, so I reckon we will get this into shape first, then put on the slither, and then we can worry about, like, some of this detail here is just really, is my fault. So we'll just have to attempt to make something look tolerable. Worst case scenario, tactical filth is always a good move. Yeah, I reckon the thinner bit will make it work. But yeah, what else are we doing today, folks? Mort, what are you up to? Behaving yourself? I'm drinking this protein drink before it gets too warm. Who's interested in, like, this Sunday's previews? You know, pre-orders coming up this Saturday. No, this is My Protein. We're not sponsored by them, but I've been buying from them for years because I'm so massive and strong. But every so often I think, oh, you know, I'll go some... Instead of having lunch every day, I'll just do a protein milkshake thing. Because I can't be bothered to cook lunch or, like, make a sandwich or whatever it is. You just got home? Got to wait for the heater to heat up your shower? No cold shower for you? The Kill Team. Is that this weekend? Or was that just a release, like a coming up at some point? We didn't really look at this stuff. We can have it while I hold on. Hold on. I just need to type a couple of things. So, the champions of the first founding. So, we got, what's his name? Jeff? Stan? Heston Blumenthal. He gets an upgrade Primaris thing. I mean, he would be tempted. I really do enjoy painting salamanders, so I could potentially get one to paint. And there's my boy. My boy, look at this. He does, like, I hate to completely agree with, like, the live stream, but he does have a pretty awesome shield. And is actually better than, it's way better than the Lion's. The Lion's shield is garbage compared to this. But that's cool. Is that a goose on the shield? It's a double-headed. Goose or a gander. I like the wolves and the sanctifiers. The AOS scenery is nice as well. I was like, when that came out, I was really not expecting it to be so expensive. Those sort of circular and rectangular plinth things. If it quacks like a duck and tastes like a duck, probably a duck. The Raven Doobie Firkins, Raven Guard, seem to have a new chapter master. So these are all goosey bits. Maximum emo mode there. He's got some big long dangly bits as well. And a jetpack of some variety. I'm just like the whole emo thing. I'm not entirely down with. But he's like an almost like a. He's looking almost like a proto, like the original. You know, who were the Ragnar? Your lot. Dark Angels, with all, because they were all about the feathers as well. Are they still about the feathers? Almost as big and dangly as mine. Well, Lucian, I didn't want to say in public. He looks like you in the 2000s, an edgelord. Am I out? Am I out, Where Avian? Oh! Talking about preview shows. An absolute hussy has stepped into chat. How you doing, dude? Thank you so much for the 63. What's up, Gabba? How you doing? Saucy beast. What's up, Connie? You behaving yourself? You like the hoof? I've got smutty comments, which I'm going to thankfully not say any of them in public. Thanks for saying that, Gabba, though. Oh, the hood. You like the the hood option was good. Yeah, so you talking jive? I was cackling to myself. I said on stream yesterday that Like, after I'd suggested that the more time might come when the Khan appears on a motorbike, they drop the 40k Khan on jet bike model. What did you do? What do you mean, what did I do? Behave myself. I had nothing to do with those more time people. They were going crazy. They were spamming it and getting yelled at. Well, they're getting their messages deleted by GW bots. They're trying to, what's it, speech. What's that stuff that people do? Not allow it. Still no more time. I know. Terrible. After Slam said more time was dead, I saw people raging in chat. I didn't see Slam say that. And I'm glad my people stepped up and put him in his place. Obviously. My interest with that stream was just so low until I saw they were slowly going through the Legion chapters. Text to Emperor speech. You dared to dream. And Jesus, were you happy? Rage baiting. Go for it more. Get it done. Iron Hands. He gets a big bonking stick, which is pretty sweet. He is. He is. Like, we looked at Lysander as well, obviously. I'm going to have to get, unfortunately. But I'm going to have to. And there's your boy. There's your boy! Sorry, Lucian. The stick is very not safe for work. It's ribbed for her pleasure. And his, as well, probably. If you're into that sort of stuff. Say ribbed or bobbled. I don't know what the technical term is for that. Did they put him in a burlap sack and beat him with sticks? Basically. It's basically what they do. Can't see this. Oh, what? I'm so sorry. We were talking about this. Oh, shit. Okay, so we looked at this, all right? And then Emo Boy, right? And then I was making smutty, or at least I assumed you were making smutty comments about this. And if you weren't, then I was. We just see you at the moment. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry to put you through that. You didn't even see the stream. Was there anything interesting? Yeah, kill team. The kill team at the end was. Was side deleting or poor unpaid mod? I have no idea. I had none of my comments being modded at all because I only speak the truth. Truth to power. And I was talking about more time, obviously, a little bit. My boy! Unpaid or gets free Warhammer? You'd have to get a lot of free Warhammer to make it worthwhile. Jesus. Dealing with that amount of raging nerds. I must... Hey, Roland, what's going on? I must say that Spider Magnetics, which you recommended, are the best in the UK. Because I recommended them. Yeah? I'm not saying... N52 small magnets are good price. I really like Spider Magnetics. I've been using them for a while. Not that I really magnetize things, but I have been ordering from them whenever I do need to magnetize. It's a pity that many of their 4mm and 5mm large bulk orders, 5,000, what, 500 to 1,000 are not in stock? Flippin' Nora. Goose Shield, Emo Boy, and Ribbed Sword. I kind of like this guy. He's got like a Gatling gun on the front. He's got a bit of cape action. He's got the ponytail of doom. He's got some dead skulls. Got skulls and like dead bits of head dangling off the side of the bike. You got zero sympathy for Notley. Surely he is getting paid. surely he's getting paid to do that. Like, getting pre-releases is it really worth, like, an hour of dealing with nerds? Like, on that volume? And there goes another bit of DA lore. Ribbed for your pleasure. Exactly, Gabby, you deviant. I knew it. Samael, Ravenwing guy. Lore has it he had the last working jet bike in the Imperium. Who wrote that lore, though? Was it Death Guard? Dark Angels? Were they just bigging up the Dark Angels? Be like, yo, we got the last one. What's up? And then this guy flies out and goes, actually, hashtag. Grav bike. Oh yeah, this is the Primaris, isn't it? Hey Rusty, what's going on? Happy Tuesday to you over on YouTube. Going on? Happy Tuesday. I hope you're well. If he isn't getting paid cash monies, yeah, true. Absolutely. It's not a jet bike, it's a grav bike. Oh, so there's definitely the hashtag actually going on. Rusty, you want the new Leagues of Votans? I did see that. Like, I'm not massively into the Leagues of Votan, but I thought the Dead Nid cape action was pretty sweet. Until now, whoopsh, it slaps its butt. Where were we? Oh, some salamanders. Combat patrols. Salamanders, they're trying to get rid of some, you know, go-karts. One of my favorite tunes from Skyrim. It is. It's so good, though. Like, how many Space Marines can you fit on this bad boy? More. More Space Marines. They also wrote that the bike has blown up and somehow a new one appears. Oh, it's made with Necron juice. It sort of reconstitutes itself. Sally's looks to have some of the best value boxes. It's Hammer Boy, who I still have yet to paint. Some Flamey Boys. Intercessors? No. Wait. Are they all just Flaming Boys? I can't... Oh, so you've got the Heavy Burner Boys right there. You got 10 other Burning Boys and got 5 Intercessors. Is that right? Sorry, it took me way too long to realize what was going on here. And then you got a go-kart. That's a pretty good kit. Is it as good as the Imperial Fists? Obviously not. Because of Imperial Fists. You got some Stern Guard, you got some... See, the thing is, I'm looking at this and going, you know what? If I buy a bunch of these... Bang! Instant first company for my Ultramarines. Mario Karts. You want the Death Watch too, but there's a but. I don't like the look of their backpacks. They're too chunky. Are they really? Compared with the poor Iron Hands. Well, this is the Bird Boys, right? With this sneaky Invictus Dubrifirkins. Fist is the best by far. Exactly, just insisting on a fisting. Can you all disabuse me of an idea? Are the new patrols have less value than the prior ones? Less models, less expensive models. Well, I think... I don't know how well the Infernus Minis, or whatever they're called, sold. I always kind of look at it like, how many of these boxes could I buy legitimately? Get 2 of the... You got a character, right? So you get multiple characters, you get multiple go-karts. Obviously, you want 3 of each. This one, you could buy multiple of. Okay, you get multiple banner bearers, right? But you get... I don't know. Regular intercessors. Many times Corvette's been thought lost or destroyed, but always it returns, as does its master. Whether the Dark Angels maintains a cache of such relics or have retained possession of a long-lost STC template for the vehicle is unknown, as they do not share their secrets with others. That's why they're untrustworthy, including the Mechanicus. The exhaust vents on the side are attached to the main. Oh, okay. Hey, Don, what's going on, dude? Invictus Dewberry Firkins is your band name. Something inflation, corpo speak, numbers go up. Yes. Not enough of these sneaky things being sold. Some Sallies really like Infernus Marines. I myself have had a lot of fun with them in the firing deck simulation. Literal, just waves and waves of fire. The White Scars one. You get an Impulsor, 5 geezers, 3 bikies, and a bloke on a grav bike, or whatever the hell the thing is. House T LA, what's going on? Happy Tuesday to you. And here's the Iron Hands, right? Yeah, or the Iron... No, the Iron... I don't know, whatever these ones are called. I didn't see this one before. They got the walking gun things. That's Rhoda. Oh, I remember now, the only one with the new character in it, meaning he won't be available separate. Yeah, well, true. Rusty, you're making your 3 Orc Killer cans. First one you made is thin and lithe. My girl said it looks like Hopper from A Bug's Life. It's been many decades since I've seen that film. I'll take the word for it though. It is indeed Tuesday. I'm glad I got the day correct. You have the box. What are you up to today, House TV? I have that box just separate. I just want the con. No, you have to buy the box set, Gabba. You have to. You literally have to buy this. Do post, yeah. Drop a whip pic, by all means. Generally don't see them having him separate as well as in the box. Surely they must do. They've done that in the past, right? Well, they didn't for the Space Wolves Weird Lieutenant. Trying to think, I can't even remember. Yes, I loved when you do your part. Thank you. Thank you very much for tickling the follow button. Appreciate it very much. GW can suck a goat. Well, maybe. Hold on, I need to catch up on chat. Space Crusade tarantulas. Yes. They're not horrific, but why text on them? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Um, 4 to 6 months after the box, he'll be out separately. True. No, you don't. GW can suck a goat. Just hold on. Let me chat. Hold on. It's relaxing now after work. Love tuning into 40k streams like this. Well, thank you very much. Well, I have my moments. Very rarely. Very rarely. It's mostly just chatting all the time. We are doing some modeling though. Not just for channel. We've also got some 3D printed house things that we're sticking together slowly. Got a lot of chatting to do. Connie, you literally can't legally fit any more bikes in your army, so the box is useless for you. You could sell the bikes though, surely. And the impulsor. I'm sure some STL will float around by some armored giant on a floaty bike. Oh, absolutely. Apparently all the dudes will be available separately, they were saying in a month or two later. Yeah, folks, so yeah, you just have to have patience. Or find someone who doesn't collect white scars but wants the rest of that kit. And be like, yo, we're going to do a deal. You're going to hook me up with the bikey boy. I'll give you £7 or whatever, and you can have the bikes, the impulsor, and the random geezers running around. You mean Adrax was? He was, yeah, but now he's finally in it, yeah, because now he's been recognized. I would like to get that new one though. That new one. Fingers crossed. Yes, Rusty. Wait, the characters aren't separate. Not yet. We're gonna have to wait. We're going to have to employ major amounts of patience. Now. Also, what did the goat do to have GW drain it? I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what you're talking about there. All I know is Heston is fine, but didn't impress me that much. But that Raven Guard guy... Like I preferred I like the helmeted one and the hood. The emo one is bit too emo-y for me. You like the bloodsuckers they are. Oh, okay, GW, yes. Liking this stream? Oh, that's Nightbots. Bloody hell. That's not milk. Oh. Jesus Christ. Might not even be blood. Terrain is nice. You can always have another impulsor. That is true. You should get one. Funny. You should. But I'll just wait until it's definitely separate. You're in zero rush. Come on now. 7 of the best. Spankings or lashes? Gabba, what are you talking about? I was watching Sharp last night again. Sharp. Series 3, episode 2, I think. Lots of lashings in that. Bloody hell, they're all about it. I don't see anyone wanting that kit without the grav bike. I'm wondering if I want it. I don't know. I definitely don't want that. You want Captain Badrock character? Rusty, that's a lovely miniature. I've always liked that one. They ended his project. Yeah, I know. Like Claptrap? I'm not familiar enough with that game to know entirely all the things. Connie, you really should. It's been great. I completely forgot we saw Liz Hurley in the previous episode. And then what's her face? Queen of the Borg. She was in yesterday's edition, I think. Suit you, sir. You need to watch. It's on YouTube. Watch it once the stream's over. Don't watch it now. That would be naughty, and you would get a firm spanking. The big summer disappointments. Let's scroll back and we can look at other things. We will get to that. Oh, Potato Head had something to do with that, apparently. Raven Guard is not a bad one either, just looking at it. No, it depends if you want like the sneaky stuff, like the Invictus Warsuit and the Phobos. Yeah, no, I've started rewatching Sharp. Like I didn't watch many in the good old days. And I'm basically blaming the fact that I was looking at Warlord games. You see the goal on stream, by the way. It has changed from... Oh, bloody hell, I can't point at it. Horus Heresy 3.0 to the Pegasus Bridge goal. Just so you know. You want to see it painted. Gonna get some paratroopers and some Germans. And some scenery. You are not that into the Kill Team box set. We'll get to that. So these are the Assault Boyos. I do like these ones. Okay, we're at the end. They're pretty snazzy. There's a book. Those Space Wolves. Yeah, they're Space Wolves. With weird lights in the bits of their armor. That's weird. Surely you wouldn't want light shining out. That's a weird choice to me. Alright, everyone's different though. Some... Chaos, what are they calling them? Chaos Dwarfs? Is that what they're called? Or some other nonsense? What do you think about these? Mark II is nice. Those jump packs look good, yes. The more I see these dreads, well, this is the problem. I liked it, then I went no, and then I liked it again, and I'm firmly on the other side of it now. I'm thoughtfully. We'll get to the Kill Team. The Reaver tax is real, exactly. Morris, I thought Word Bearers. Well, it had like runes on his shoulders. I think it was supposed to be, you know, space growlers rather than Word Bearers. There were. Wait, hold on. Where is this bloody link? Are you saying these are? What's all this runic nonsense they got on their shoulder pads? They're space growlers. Only space growlers have. Those are runes, right? I don't understand like squiggly words and things. Sounds like a movie you need to watch. Trust me, it's a good one. In space, no one can hear you scream. It's like, looks like it's not a defined color. Would Storm Grey still be German Grey or dark? I mean, German Grey and Dark Grey, they're so bloody similar. Avian. Hellsmiths of Hashat. Hey, Brozak, how's it going today, dude? Happy Tuesday. What's going on? Yeah, well, those aren't words. They got runes and shit. Word bearers also rune boys, yeah, but these are grey. Like, I don't know enough about word bearers to be like, oh yeah, they've definitely got some geezers running around in grey. Right? They're not magic Celtic runes, boyo. Pretty sure they said... I wasn't paying attention. I was too disappointed at the lack of more time. Truth be told. I can't find Storm Grey anywhere on conversion charts. That's an old colour, though, I think, Ragnar. What? I laughed so loud at that people passing by looked up. Wait, what? When? When, Lucian? They bear the word. Wordbearer's armor was grey. Was it? Oh, okay. White Scars have dudes in black and some in red. They can't make their mind up. Did I click on the right box? Oh, this is Spitewood. Oh yeah, Connie, what are your opinions on these things? Can't bring myself to play it. In space, no one can hear you scream. Yeah, well, I was thinking of something else. Hopefully, psychically link that. Avian trying to do unification Dark Angels for the Saturnine Terminators, and that was the color description for them in text. Storm Grey. I'm sure I had that paint relatively did I know? I don't know. Storm Grey, yeah, Gabba. Well, I think that's what we were pondering, but I don't know. I think I'm getting confused with another paint. You don't know. Right. Hold on. So there are these centaur, I don't know what these things are. Weird things. They're deer or something, right? It's like Bambi with a torso attached to it. And then you get some the blood of the bull. Where are our opinions with these things? So they finally made a use for having hobgrots, hobgoblins. They finally got a use for the cruel boys things. Just reusing them or whatever. You got some dwarves without beards. You got more of these bloody things. You got some of those things. Okay, you got some lizards. Those things. They got the little animal to get all the people who like all the little animals. Talking about little animals, you get your rats, your whatever these things are. Those ones. Slanesh, Nurgle. I like painting those. Those were fun 3 to paint, in fact. Ghost. Oh, these are these boxes of 4, aren't they? All right. I think I meant to click on this link, right? Storm Grey varies from dark blue to the blue grey. Sorry, dark grey to blue grey. You like the horse dudes, just not so much the female one. I didn't even see there was a female one. I'll have to go back. Yeah, I do, Gabba. Oh, wait, is that the only way that you can buy these things now? Like, if you wanted to get one of the older kits, you have to buy a big box? I've not even looked at the price, Don. I'm not... Like, I used to be kind of all about, like, buying up those little box sets, because they were just, like, 3 or 4 or 5 minis. Quite easy to paint quickly. You know? Weren't the Unification Dark Angels basically unpainted armor? They come in groups now and probably more. So Karamite. Even stuffed it into DuckDuckGo's AI and it would told me it does not exist as a Citadel paint, but as a mix of different greys. Really? Surely not. RE German Grey. I always thought that one had a bit of green in it. Like a 78% warm grey and a dash of green. It's been a while since I've used that paint. I'll have to have another look. You check the Daka conversion chart, there's no Storm Grey. So strange. I'm sure there's Ishin Grey. Rust Grey. Administratum, Space Wolves Grey, Mechanicus Standard, Storm Grey, TT Combat Storm Grey. Have one. TT Combat, which is a bluish grey. Painting them to look like plastic. People have done that in the past, right? Okay, Storm Grey. What is this? Storm Grey. So someone in 2018 said, Storm Grey, hello guys. In a great surge of optimism for the future release of the Great Wolf, I was thinking of painting his armor in the classic dark grey of Horus Heresy era. Now Citadel Paint App says that for dark grey, the base is Mechanicus with Null Noil. I am... you. Anything else Storm Greyish? Rust the Greater, Darker Storm Grey if he returned. I don't know. I'm struggling a little bit. Struggling. Mechanicus Standard is base, Null Noil for a filter shade, Dawnstone. Yeah. You don't use Citadel Shades, too shiny. That's why Matt varnished the bollocks out of it. That's what I always say. That's what I always say. Matt varnished the bollocks out of it, and job's a good one. Problem solved. So yeah, this person basically said what you just said, Avian. Mechanicus Standard with Null. You're more of a monument person, but if I can find a mix, you can then translate it. You make your own shade. Well, that's... I mean, yeah. I have a lot of the shades, and I don't use them too often. I use them, like, for some of the metallics. Like, I'll use purple and gold. I don't really use them, though. Alright, Avian. GW matte shades are super matte. I like matte finished miniatures. Big fan. These are your dwarves. Right? These are your dwarves. There's one without a beard. Poor choice. Another one without a beard. Terrible. Alright. Yeah, I wasn't massively keen on the bull thing. For these. It's Age of Sigmar though, so, you know, whatever. I won't be getting it. Like the bull thing with wings, really did nothing for me. It just looked odd. Straight out of Blood Bowl. Yeah, that's it. I'll use Null Non-Metal and that's it. Yeah. Throw shade. Always throw shade. The Dusk Raider seems to have been unpainted armor. True. The Dusk... they got some pictures. Yeah, I'm just not massively keen on... I mean, the ones without the beard just seems very odd. Alright, whatever. Hobgrot Vandals. Yeah. Here we go. I didn't like this one at all. I wasn't keen on it. Yay, it's a big miniature. Everyone must have it, but no. It's way too angular. I want my angles on Space Marine tanks, and that's about it. Rattling Grime. I think I have that one. and something like that. Reno. I forgot what it is. I think if I was going to get any Age of Sigmar, I'd probably get them. I really like them, though. Artillery is a bit bland compared to... Yeah, the old artillery was good stuff. Like that not railway tank thing was awesome. People can sculpt out some beastie beards and that'll be fun too. True. Although, you know, people will be doing all kinds of... you gotta have rules. It's Art Deco AF. I just don't like it. I'm just not massively keen on it. It's... and I like Art Deco a lot. But there are some aspects of Art Deco I'm just not keen on. I think it's... I don't know. I think it's mostly the bull I don't like. With the wings. It's an animated statue, right? I've no idea. Could be. Way too metallic. Looks more like a Chicago Buildings gargoyles. The Keymaster, I was just thinking that, Gabber, actually. After Don said the Chicago Buildings gargoyles, I thought Ghostbusters. Yeah. I don't know. This faction, though, is... not it. That was that one. We got some Leagues of Votan stuff. I like his cape. Using the dead Tyrannid bits. They look really different on tabletop. Yeah, I mean that is sometimes the case with a lot of these miniatures. Like, pictures don't do them justice. You actually have to see the thing in person. I like his cape. I was thinking of doing some Space Marines with not Tyrannid veterans, but basically, you know, Tyrannid bits on. And then GW gone and did that for a couple of their Space Marines, which is very irritating. But oh well. So you got your other dwarves right here. The meme strategist. I like his pose, very thoughtful. That little guy might have won the preview. Loved how they basically gave credence to the old fluff of the squats being devoured by the nids and he survived. Oh, was that what the old fluff, was it? Didn't know. Thrice devoured. Not a fan of Votan, filthy Xenos. So we got Primaris Space Marines here. Right? So... what? The legs don't seem right at all. They don't seem right at all. Hello. I've got lovely legs. When they squatted the squats, an exasperated GW employee said they were eaten. Oh, really? Oh, okay. They're classed as Xenos. They're abnormal. I love that they look like the Man of Iron from Blackstone Fortress. Was there a miniature for that thing in particular? That could swing me if there was, like, but otherwise it just looks a bit Primaris-y. I'm just looking at the legs. I found the dreaded Amble box, by the way, earlier today in the box. But I was still got a few more things to empty from it. I look at them as Ironkin having exactly Avian. That's what I was thinking. It was massively hinted at him being a Man of Iron. Oh! Oh! Oh, you mean a miniature I've painted? I was so confused then. So are we talking about... Wait a minute. I don't know how long ago I painted him now. Hey, there's a white scar. Yeah, UR 2025, yeah. Where the devil is he? Hello? Somewhere around here. Where is it? Bloody hell, that was long ago. 2nd of June. I painted him green, alright? I painted him there he is. I painted him green with metal legs. Alright, Evan. I did want to show my work. Thank you very much. Yeah. I forgot. I really enjoyed painting this mini, though. It was fun. It was a good good mini to paint. Lettuce. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is the mole gun, right? Oh, is that what it's called? Mole mortar, excuse me. Okay. You got your... What the hell is this thing? Capricus? The defender or the carrier? What do we think about this one? I haven't forgotten your link, Avian. I just want to get to the bottom of this first. Mole mortar for all your nostalgia. Yeah, exactly. Is it a heavy one? It is. It is, isn't it? Honest. So is this a combat patrol? You got your heavy ones. You got your other ones. And you got your regular. There's no character in here. So this seems like a box set you get multiple of if you were wanting to go down that route. Hold on. I'm not getting sidetracked. I want to get the link that Avian dropped. Dismiss that. Whee! Scroll all the way down here. No need to link. You found... I did... Okay. Looks pretty weighty to you. No need. Are you sure? Okay. I'd be tempted by the Votan. Lucian, you're tempted by a lot of things. All right, just give in to temptation. Thought that was part of a prayer or something. Royal Heralds. Oh, these are more old world releases. Hello. Royal Heralds. I'm a big fan of a juicy banner. That's a pretty sweet banner. Tomb Kings look great. My English pronunciation is going slowly out of the window, as always. I like this one right here, the banner bearer. Big banner bearer fan. And indeed little banner bearer fan. These look great. Very juicy. Actually, probably not too juicy if they're ancient, sort of desertified mummies. Moon Eyes, hello. I do have pronunciation, yes. War of Cetra's Furry. That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? When did I start pronunciation? Oh, long ago. Long ago. Years ago, we were pronouncing things correctly. Other people don't realize it. How you doing today, Moon Eyes? Happy Tuesday. Dawn of the Storm Dragon. Alright. That was it. Son of a bee sting. Okay. Forces of Death. We'll whiz through this. I, Falcon of Felgrin. Oh, you know what? I do like his, what do you call these things? Like a gauntlet? That you know, the falconers and whatsits have their birds land on. They got like that, the hand of a dead person. Maybe. I could be wrong on that one. Oh, I'm not talking about the British. I'm talking about you. Oh, no, no. I know you were talking about me specifically. Listen. I speak all the words correctly. Everyone else is wrong. The default situation on my stream. The channel watch. So you got some dead things, more dead things. Yeah, I just wish like the Flesh Eater Courts just never really did much for me. Fleshy, and we got the Night Haunt. Yet another flimsy miniature. The Cursed Shackle Horde. Badger is very British. All errors are his and his alone. They are. Listen, I can take responsibility as and when required. I'm not going to take responsibility for no reason, though. And I will absolutely shift all blame when required. There's a time and a place for everything. Okay, so that's all this stuff. Oh, here we go. Let's look at the kill team. All right, the kill team, which is what I'm... Honestly, out of all the things, this is probably the thing I'm mostly keen on. If given the chance, Ragnar, I will plant a flag all over the place. Yes. Whether or not you give in to the flag is a different matter, but still. Of course, as tradition, one must. Right. Sorry. This is getting slowly warmer and warmer, and it's not helping. So we got some Space Marines of the Death Watch. Finally, I do apologize. I know we talked about them earlier. Let's have a look at them. So you got your Watch Sergeant. You got your Watch Sergeant. He's a White Scar. You've got a Blood Angel with a big old shooter right there. Look at the backpacks. You know what? I'm not familiar with like a lot of the modern Primaris kits. But I was going through some of my old Space Marine sprues the other day and seeing this. Nice to see this on like a heavy weapon geezer. The backpack, you were saying the back... do we get a reverse view of these bad boys? Signum. Yes, so that that's what I found. I was going through it. Because the backpacks did power the guns in the previous, like in the proper Space Marines, right? Proper Space Marines. Hey, I like the way they've done the painting for the Deathwatch shoulder pads. Quite bluish tinge. Oh, the exhaust are slapped on. Oh, okay. You get your Salamander. If you want. I mean, it makes sense, but... You got your Head Taker. Something else? Imperial Fist, maybe? Space Growler. Ultra Lad. And you've got... What's this sign on? It's got a spear or a... What is this? I can't make it out. Necrons, I mean, they're okay. I mean, they're Necrons, right? Rave? Oh, okay, Raven Guard. Thank you, Reno. Black Legion? Listen here, sunshine. We're on the good side here. Considering their backpacks are nuclear, they should have had the Marines melt down from catastrophic damage to the backpack. Engine kill like Titans. Raven Guard, yeah. Sorry, no, I got you there. No, not Black Legion. I did really like this scenery though. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, out of all the things, I suppose this is the one that was most interesting to me. But let's see. I'm struggling to see the back. Hold on, like I'm not. Where are the vents? I do apologize for being really dumb if I'm missing something obvious. Also, what the hell's this thing? They look normal to me, but I'm evidently missing something out that is more obvious to other people. Look close. I'm trying. Gabba, I'm trying. They got a vent there. The two from a primary. Oh, bloody hell. That's the problem. Oh, hold on. Shiver my timbers. Alright, I have one. Alright. Okay. I'm really missing out on... Let me read what you said. The exhausts are slapped on the side as part of it, not like the normal ones. So hold on. Can we just be on the same page? I'm so sorry. Being very ignorant. Do you mean these exhausts right here? These two little bad boys, or these things? So these two. Oh, the main bit. Gabba, I'm not trying to wind you up, but so these two the big exhausts up here. Okay. So they are. Hold on. I got to read what you wrote. The exhausts are slapped on the side. Well. Are we talking about this picture here? That looks like one of those... I don't know what those things are. Charging things, energy cells. I don't. All I can see is some of a slight lip over the top of the vents. OG guys do not have lips. Oh. Okay, please, Gab, I do thank you very much for really helping. But anyway, so like out of all of them, I suppose this kill team is the thing I'm most interested in. When it comes to that. Anyway, that is basically that. Let's get back to do some work. I also just need to do something very quickly and neck this drink. I will go to... So you don't have to see my face. I'm going to mute the microphone as well. Really sorry about that, folks. Right. Hello. I didn't go anywhere. So this is our 3D printed bit of scenery, by the way. We just, unfortunately, the door failed because I think it was mostly my fault where I put it down. And that caused like a failure. Like it got knocked over and like the top bit didn't get printed. Oh, here we go, Reno. That's looking good. You really fancy a flake? Get one. No, ignore me. Get 3. 3 flakes. Get it, Gabba. Seems Baletown Green is strong enough for shade to hide your priming cock up. Absolutely. Well, I like that grain. It's got a bit of. It's looking good, dude. Are you happy with the result? I like the sort of bit of variation you've got there as well. Across the green, that sort of bit of yellowish almost. Oh, I see what you mean, Battle Squig. Yes, well, it's not. Unfortunately, I wish. I would love a flake as well. But this is our bit of scenery that we printed out. But yeah, as I said, this door failed. Like, it printed out almost all the way. It just didn't print out like the 2 like circular, well, cylindrical hinges on this side. So we're having to make up a little bit of. It's not supposed to be an absolute full-on fit. There is supposed to be gaps around it. But I just want to it like missed off that much and then a cylinder on each side. Like where the 2 hinges are. So we're just going to basically run my mouth while making this fit. That's mad. It looks like a computer game graphic, the house. Well, I mean, the thing is, right? It is a computer graphic. Like, I had the 3D files, and that's basically what it is. Got a bit of sandpaper. Yeah, I do have some. I will. Are you worried about my knife skills by any chance, Lucian? It's not your best orc flesh, but it will do. Well, the thing is, not orcs are the same. Not all orcs are the same. I knew it, Lucian. I bloody knew it. But you can get away with like some variations of skin tone, like even amongst, like even if they were the sort of, I don't know, from the same clan or whatever you want to. You could get away with like different tonal shades and stuff. I mean, humans have a wide yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, I do like to paint all my sort of. I don't mind a bit of sort of tonal variation, but I generally like things to look similar. It really depends, like on where we're sitting in the world and stuff like that. Hey, Lucian, I've got years of experience. I've only cut myself several times. All be fine. Maybe. We will tickle some sandpaper over it though, don't worry. Random question. What sort of mask filter do you use? Let me see if I can have a look at my history. I can tell you exactly what I use with some singing on the side. God, I hope my face is... Oh, is my... Oh, bloody hell, my face is attached to that. Let's stop singing in weird voices. Mask. Not the Masked Crusaders. Respirator? Where the hell did I get my respirator from? It's not appearing on my Google search history. On my search history. I have something like... I've got something like this. Not gonna be able to see it, are you? And I have no idea if it's the right one. It's something like this. What? I don't use lacquer paints though. I don't use lacquer paints. 60926. Yeah, God knows. I don't actually know. I am due to sort of replace it though, like the actual filters though. Yeah, I don't. I've got the ones with the organic vapor VOC one. I don't know. I don't know what code that is. 6001. Yeah, what you said. 60926. I'm not familiar with that. 60926. You need the one. Yeah. So the 6001 is organic filters. Is it not? This is 60926. Multi-gas and vapor cartridge. Maybe I should look at getting one of these. Is the everything one? Yeah, I think in the past I've just gone with the VOC one. Which is... Because I think they've got like different coloured bands around them, don't they? I didn't go with the acid gas. It seemed a little bit much. Yeah, I think it was literally just basically this 6001 type. I'm due to replace it anyway, so I need to start looking again myself. I find it all very confusing. Put it on and boom, become deathcore. Exactly. I would have thought so, Mort. Like the ones which have sort of acidic gas kind of protection. I'm not so worried about that. Hopefully, like I don't need to be worried about organic like acid gas. I went down my shirt. But it's hard to breathe. But what you want to get is one of those like suits with the breathing apparatus outside the room. You just like attach to it via tubes, and all like equipment's next door in a completely separate room. Yeah, I would go with the VOC one and see how you go with that one. Like, I don't really have, like, the worst problems I really have from wearing the damn masks is, like, when it's hot and, like, kind of don't want to, you know, be too, it, like, gets a bit sweaty in the bloody thing. Because it's, like, pressed right up on your, you know, it's got a nice tight seal. Like, obviously, with the facial furniture, it's not as tight as it should be, but it's good enough. Volatile organic compounds, yeah. Your biochemical... well, I mean, resin printing and stuff like that, it's not quite the same level as... well, I mean, maybe this is where I'm going wrong. Maybe I'm being really naive. But I'm hoping that, like, dealing with resins is not quite the same as, you know, bio lubrifirkins used in war. Oh, yeah! Oh, almost. Mustard gas or chlorine? Don't know. I mean, I don't know. Ideally, none. I ever tell you about my experience with chlorine? Oh, bloody hell, no. I always... one enduring memory of school is like... so, the cleaning ladies who went around, you know, cleaning everything. Like, if you went... so, all I could... like, sometimes, specifically when at the gym, like in the new sort of sports hall they put up or whatever it was. I have one memory of that thing. Really? Well, actually, I have two memories. One was... well, I might tell you, but I don't know about it. It's a bit weird. I mean, it's not... like, looking back... anyway. One thing I remember, like, going to the loos in that gym... if you went there too soon after they'd been there, like when you went you know, urinate, let's call it, and they just cleaned, I swear it was chlorine gas which was made. No longer the 60s. There are more scary stuffs like oh god, yeah, who would have that on their right mind? More seriously. Like, I watched, so in the old stream team that I was part of, one of the team members ate that. He ate it, like, in his... so he's an Australian chap. He had it in his garden. And he opened it under a bucket full of water. It was honestly, it's the most disgusting thing I've seen in my life. We used to have a pool in my old house when I was a kid. There was a large lean-to. My dad used to store old farm-style equipment and stuff in there. One thing he stored was chlorine and... oh, Jesus Christ. Being a kid, I went exploring, found it, opened it up and took a big lung... Jesus Christ, dude. And how did that go down? That was probably monochloramine. Did your dad get an earful? Or did you? You're like, no more exploring! We're gonna shackle you! You woke up on the grass with your mum. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude. Probably gained superpowers. And then they're shouting, John! At least your lungs are clean. That is very true. Jesus. Ah, the good old days. The good old days. When you could go exploring and potentially accidentally inhale like a lungful of chlorine. Right? Did you gain any superpowers? Wasn't expecting to have this conversation today. Okay. So, that is now vaguely flush. Whee! What are we eating tonight for food, folks? Tell me what saucy little snacks you're having. You had a great childhood. I had a great childhood as well. I mean, like, basically growing up in the country was fantastic. I'm very glad I got to do that. You were concerned? You were concerned with what? Breathing in the lungs, breathing in the chlorine. I would be concerned about breathing in the chlorine, although maybe not at that age. But like, I think the problem was when I was at school, we were learning all about, like, you know, World War I and World War II and all that kind of stuff. And evidently we'd just been learning about poison gas and, you know, trench warfare and all that fun stuff. But I got it into my mind that, like, the cleaners were trying to gas us or something by leaving bleach in the sort of in the like urinal or urinal, if you're that way inclined. Not into that pronunciation of it. My grandfather always wore a mask when dealing with dust and chems. Not your dad. Your granddad lived to 101? Aura. Well, I mean, that's a pretty bloody good old age, isn't it? Put it mildly. Alright. So we have brought it out a smidgen. We do need to add on scratch on a little bit of texture. Need to, like, I don't know if we need to add another little bit of styrene, or can we leave it like that? Because it is supposed to be hanging in space a little bit, so maybe we can get away with it not being ridiculously flush. About my knife skills? Wait, hold on. You were concerned about my knife skills? What? Why? None of his friends came to his funeral because no one survived. Oh, bloody hell. Well, he had his family come, which is the important part. Not too shabby. Thank you. Well, all right. Worrying about my knife skills, please. Honestly, he's a legend. Fought the Japanese, fought against communists, fought the British. Always fighting. Just like some people just like a scrap, don't they? Some people just love a scrap. Those bloody British. I know, we're absolutely terrible. Different time though. Right. Okay. We got to do this. I'm going to just use this very temporary bit of metal. Now I know what this hole is for. Jam that in there. So we have we got a hinge. Yeah. Yeah. So we need to get some little bits of. I wish this hole was slightly thinner, or less wide, or however you want to say it. It needs to be like 1.5 or maybe 1.1 millimeter in diameter. This is 2, and as a result, you can see there's you can sort of see there's a fair amount of space for this to wiggle around in, but. Why I was maybe wondering jamming this in. Maybe. The length of that. First of all, let's attempt to make some little hingey bits. Trying to figure out what nationality would be fighting all of them within the last 101 years. You got anywhere? Just who do you reckon it would be, Connie? Some people like to fight. I don't. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Falklands? Listen, very important. Very important. Tell you what, I hate this. Hate this ruler. I really hate this ruler. Singaporean? Yeah. I mean, I get it. I love fighting the Brits. Psh. How could you? How could you? Well, that's because you're Irish. Is that the reason? Is it really? I mean, that's actually a great quiz question. It is actually, isn't it? How could you? I don't know. Exactly. I don't think you just want to keep the stereotype going. Is that right? It's a mystery. It's like... oh, I'm sorry. I can't help it sometimes. Right. An 800 year... It's only 800 years? Seems like it was yesterday. Oh, the hinge has gone. Back. Can't believe it's 800 years. Let's actually fix... Let's first of all make sure this fits in. Christ, you lot. What do you mean? What? You lot. You people. Language like that which starts wars. Okay. We need to... You're in Brighton. Oh, okay. How's Brighton? Been a long time. I used to live there, obviously. Well, it's not obviously. But I did. I used to like living there. It's a nice, nice place. Did you see me? I did. How could I not? Everyone saw you as you flew past. No, I don't live in Brighton anymore, dude. Yeah, I used to live about 5 minutes from the station. So when I used to take the train up to work in Disney, Lion King, I used to take the walk to the station, and that was that. Yeah, take the train up every day. Ticket was £8. Oh, what a time to be alive! £8 ticket. God knows how much they are, they. Was it Bright? It was... I don't know why it's called Brighton, actually. Nowhere near Brightoff. Battle Squig, no. In the late 2000s. Like 2008, 2009, 2010. Ticket from Brighton to London is way more expensive. Tell me, how much is it these days? So I used to take the trip... Like, I would spend a night or two in London. Hence... Depends how things went. But, you know, generally take the train up 3 or 4 days a week. 13 quid for you from Gatwick to Brighton. Okay, it's not too... Not too shabby. I think 8 quid? Was it 8 quid, or was it even like 5 quid early ticket? That seems like it might have been the thing as well. I don't know if that's a thing anymore. They do early ticket things these days. It's been so long since I've been on the train. I don't know any longer. Oh, ladies and jelly spoons. We've almost crammed it in there. Almost. Where's the sandpaper? I've got to make Lucian happy. Train line says about 37. Flipping Nora. Well, that's fun. I mean, I'm glad I can get the epilepsy, like, gets me a third off. I don't know, it's my first time on a British train, just realised. And how was it for you? Were you blown away by the cleanliness of it? And how on time it was? Of course you were. Of course you were. It was genuinely... Really? Oh, those British trains. Gotta love them. On time, clean and quiet. Not full of drunken people. That's a bonus. That was always the train I dreaded. When it was just like crammed full of drunken football reprobates. Just ruining everything. Eating their Cornish pasties. Now, I like a Cornish pasty, but... The gravy, like the I don't know, there's a thing about it. Quite a powerful odor. Actually, if it's Thameslink, they are your favourite. I imagine the last train from Brighton. Yeah, like I definitely had. So it was. Where would it have been from? It would have been Victoria to Brighton. Oh, the Victoria to Brighton train, last one. Yours was the Gatwick line. Yes, yes. That's the one I used to take. I think it went into Victoria as well. I could actually be mistaken. It's been so long, old age might have crept into my brain. Now we're just suffering. Suffering every day. We got the top hinge done, so to speak. We'd probably do with a little bit more shaving off the top. You just realised what I'm doing? Oh, okay. Yes. Well, one has to do these things. Otherwise, what's the point? No point half-arsing it. Always full-arse. Yeah, it's a 3D print. Unfortunately, this it's the first scenery I printed, and I think I set up the plate wrong, so this bit failed. Like it printed 95%, 98% of the way properly. It just didn't do the hingy bits because it got knocked off. But bugger. We got this rather sweet bit of scenery. Right here. We have many more bits of scenery to print, but I've got to print out some things which are needed, mechanical things, rather than random bits of scenery which I don't strictly need. I mean, obviously I need them, but so this is a Kickstarter I backed. That was their first one, Fanny Smoked Kipper House. Amazing name. We'll be painting that one on stream. So we're doing Granny's Cottage, right, at the moment. There's also a lighthouse, watchtower, warehouse, lockhouse, tavern. Yes, all to be used in more time. Yes, kippers and fannies. Yes, I know. The jokes that they do, I know. Granny Got Rich, which is basically this is a base, and then she adds on like first floor, second floor, and third floor. So I have the commercial license to sell all of this. It is, I think, round about. How much space does it say it takes up? So there's a naughty part, like an underground bit. There's whole versions and ruined versions of each building as well. And of course, I bought this for more time, obviously, because I'm a man of exquisite taste. So it's all of this scenery. So this does 2 foot by 2 foot, right? Now, as I understand it, he's also, so we've got that's that one. Then we've got the cathedral. Oh, Betty. Let me tell you about the cathedral. That's also the same size. You clipped me? God. Did you accidentally clip me, or was that a... Then there's this cathedral, which has hell and, like, graveyard and what are those other things you called? Where you plant people, dead people. Cemetery. As well as hell. This is also 2 foot by 2 foot. You're not going to clip a bit of kippers and fannies? Hey, more, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So there's like there's a lot of scenery to do, and I do have a merchant license for this as well. So yeah, we've got that one. Then also we've got these people, Tired World Studios. Where are they? Tired World Studios. There. It is. How much does that? What does? How much does what set you back? A cathedral? Ooh, I don't know. I'm not sure. The thing is, this bit of scenery took 35 hours to print. That is the main issue. It took 35 hours to print. And I've only have... That was on one printer. I currently have 2 printers, so... Like, as things, like, progress, which they hopefully do, then I can get more printers and things can get done quicker, but I've got to figure out some sort of price for a cathedral. You know? Like, gone are the days when it would take you several decades or maybe 100 years or so to build a cathedral. I can do what many men did in a lot quicker time. Wait, that sounds terrible. What's up first? About 350? I don't even know if that's... I would really have to look into it. Like, this, I've also we got a jet, we got a port area as well. This is FDM. I still have my resin printers for miniatures and things. Thankfully, obviously. Well, I was going to show you one other bit of scenery I have. Their name begin with S. Honored First, how you doing today? Happy bloody Tuesday. Look at me being proud of remembering the day. Happy Tuesday to you. I did not mean to click on that person. I meant to click on Stormcrow scenery. So I have this bit of scenery as well, Connie. 230. Athel Lauren? Hey, Powerwolf. Chaos Warriors out. Wait, what? It is. I mean, the thing is, this print was it was on a very fine profile. I could have put it on a fatter profile, but it would have been less smooth. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I also have a print license for this, and they did a Kickstarter, which I also have. This thing, Stormcrow Mansion, which is like 80 centimeters by 60 or something. No, 93 by 60 by 85 centimeters deep. Not had a great day, Jesus. Not to lump off your... Oh, God. On and first. That's not good. I'm sorry. I genuinely do keep my eyes peeled, Connie. For bikes, because I know you like the wheeled warriors. But I do keep my eyes peeled so I can tempt you back in. But I've yet to see anything that really sticks in my mind. That is a big boy. You are fond of them, yes. It is indeed. Okay, so We gotta get. Where's that? Okay. Found a little bit of hinge. By the way, yes. You were a Biker Meister and Mars fan as a kid? Yes. How could you not be? I don't know. I'm not actually familiar. I know the name, but I don't think I've seen that show. Has there been any discourse on how the new Grav bike, especially a rip-off of the popular 3D print ones that came out back with 9th edition? Wait, hold on. What? You never watched it? Has there been any discourse on how that new Grav bike, so the White Scars one, right, is basically a rip-off of the popular 3D print ones? I'm not familiar with the ones you're talking about, which came out in 9th. Do tell me. Educate me, please. That one might be doable. Maybe. It's a bit... That could work for the bottom. Potentially. We'll have to work on the top now. There's a popular STL of Grav bikes that came out back in 9th. Oh. I don't remember. I'm not, like, if you can find me a picture of how it used to look, that might help jog a memory or two. Or not at all. Oh, elite knife skills. You need to find them? Yeah, you do. Find them and destroy them. Are there any good films out at the moment, by the way? While I'm saying find them and destroy. Because I'm stuck in watching Sharp at the moment, but is there anything good on, like, the film world? I know in this day and age it's rather hard to say yes to that question. There's so much shite out there. I am a man of taste, sir. Yes. Well, I don't know if I'm mostly blaming the fact that I was looking for something to replace the Horus Heresy goal. So I went to Warlord Games. Might have, I'm not saying it was down to Warlord Games, but it was probably a little. Oh, hello, Betty. Oi, you little rascal. It's really been a river of slop recently. Yeah, it really has. There's a bunch of cheap filters on AliExpress. Yeah, I wouldn't. Like, there are some things I would buy from AliExpress. PPE is probably not stuff I would personally want to risk. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I got some more wood elves. I mean, I suppose someone has to buy them. Someone has to buy the wood elves. As in, I bought a battalion and we'll probably follow that with either a tree man. Yes. Do it. Or just get two battalions. How about that? On at first, I'm very happy with it. Like, it did take 36 hours or 35 hours or whatever I said. So it did take quite a while, but I am happy with the result. Very happy. So I have to make myself print some mechanical things that I need to print before I print more scenery. You bought mood. How? Yeah, but like how? Sort of. What sort of stuff are we talking about, Gabba? Stuff where your life. May be reliant on such things. Gonna become one with the forest and tell random walkers to stay out of the deep woods in a haughty tone. Of course. We're not gonna. We were gonna do a big old plastic. I suppose we could still. We could do this and then just kind of sand it down a little bit. Screw it. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna regret it later. One moment, a few minutes of sadness or weakness, and like we'll get years of depression. Slogging away through Saturnine Terminators has. I saw you posted on Instagram, didn't you? On a story, is that right? Struggling to keep up at the moment. It's been utterly exhausted. How are you finding them to build? Woo, 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 woo. Hey, look at that. Come on, Groovy as well. Oh, baby. Look. I'm hoping we might just have to make it a bit looser. And then we just jam it in there. And hope for the best. You'll be getting the 3M mask, but I'm thinking of the non-3M part for the filter since they're kind of overpriced. I mean, they're not bloody cheap, are they? Jesus. They're in a fair number of bits. How many bits are we talking about? Oh, 350. That is. How much is that over here? $260 here, 265-ish. You bought some shorts that are 110 quid. Wait, hold on. You bought some shorts? What? Clothing? That are 110 quid in stores or AliExpress for a $5. What was the quality of the fabric like? Like, was it similar? Each leg. And Gabba's got 3 legs. Hey. Christ. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I'd give myself like a weird earache for saying something like that. Your name is Jake. It is. Okay, we're... I don't know why I'm insisting on doing this. Might be the worst idea in my life. I've had a lot of bad ideas. But the legs are quite posable. Hold on. So the legs alone are like 8 pieces. So I'm getting my sentences really confused. It's not helping. The legs alone are 8 pieces. But the legs are posable. No one wants to seems to want the wood elves. Not sure why they have been a. Powerwolf. I honestly think like there's a lack of connoisseurs out there, unfortunately, like yourself. You know, that's all I can think. There's just a lack of connoisseurs out there. That can be the only reason. Almost. Until they bring out this lad. The coolest model of all time. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. Right? The problem. Honored first, what else are you get? Are you getting any of that Horus Heresy stuff as well? Like the new stuff. Like I know when that big old tank comes out, the Fellblade. I'm gonna wiggle my eyebrows all around town. You got plenty to be going at for the moment. Yeah, I mean that's the thing, isn't it? It's funny because I only have seen people building them just standing upright. Can they crouch down? Oh! Ladies! We got it done. So, what are we going to do? So, we're going to... I'm very nervous about marking it and then just, like, absolutely just ripping it asunder. Who wants to paint that giant ass beetle and whatever her name is as your leader for your army, though? Oh, what's the features? What is her name? Not Ariel. You can just chop this off after we've done it. I don't know what the bloody hell I'm... You're not really delved into Horus Heresy. You do have a Predator tank? Hell yes. Advert hell consumes me? Ariel. Yeah, Ariel, like... Ariel Ultra. Okay. I return from Advert Underworld. Welcome back. Comment allez-vous, Rodney? I don't know if this is gonna work. This might be the biggest mistake ever. Like there might be. How easy do these? That swings on that pretty well. How about this bad boy? Ooh, Betty. Yes. So we're just gonna jam this in there. We're gonna get a top hinge in, and then we're gonna get a bottom hinge. And then I think we're doing this probably the worst way possible, but also at the same time I want to. So there we go. Shape of this hinge orifice not conducive to a nice time. Currently in it. Another bee stink. Listen here. I am frightfully sorry. I wish that I could do something, but I can't. I am just a lowly human being. Oh! Badger, as an esteemed British gentleman, I can only assume you like Mortal Kombat. Of course. Of course. I like playing Mortal Wombat. I'm not great at it, but I do enjoy ripping someone's skull out with the spine still attached. I think there's nothing finer in life than doing such a thing. Do you see the new... No, I had heard. You know, I completely forgot to follow up on that. I did see someone make a comment about there being a sequel. And then I completely managed to forget about it. Don't quite know how, fortunately, but... How is the new Mortal Wombat? This is trailer. Shave a little bit of this. A little bit off. Did that mini come pre-drilled? Yes. Unfortunately, the problem was Powerwolf. So this is the first FDM print I've done for a bit of scenery. It was on the plate like this. Unfortunately, it got knocked off. So the hingy bits didn't get printed. So I'm having to recreate them. However, when I printed it, this hole was here, and I was like, why the hell is there a hole? And then I realized actual hingy bits. I think I've inadvertently gone for a mix of Dreadwing, Deathwing, and Ironwing. Sounds like... Isn't there, like, what are all the wings? There are other wings, right? There are Bloodwing. Please tell me there's a Bloodwing. I mean, don't tell me just because I've told you to. The new trailer is diabolical in what? In a good way? Is this? It's going to make me happy, or am I going to be grumpy? Am I going to have to watch a proper movie like Commando or something? Make me happy afterwards. Oh God! Talking about, I heard. I didn't bother checking because frankly, it made me so sick I had to stop the internet for a day. There's news of another Judge Dredd film coming out. Well, there might be news. I might have just imagined it. Might have been some fever dream. Firewing, Ravenwing, and Stormwing. But how many wings are there? I thought there were more than that. More wings. There are only 6 wings? I thought there were 9 for some reason. Let's be real, they can't beat the OG MG. No, it's so good. I know. There are 6 wings. For some reason, I thought there was 9. 9! You got chicken wing? No, chicken wings are overrated. I will never, ever forget chicken. In fact, I will always forget them. Vile creations. They need to make chickens without wings, then I will... Okay, so it was freaking Taika Waititi. Yeah, bloody hell. There are going to be jokes every 3 minutes. Oh, it's going to be some tedious build. I'm not going to be able to cope with it. It's going to be utter drivel, isn't it? Like, they need... Whoever directed Judge Dredd with Carl Urban in it, and Carl Urban in it, and whoever played Anderson as well. That film was great. Like, the only thing, like, it was definitely more realistic than the Stallone Judge Dredd. Well, as I do say, I do like a lot of the aesthetics of the Stallone Dredd. Like, he himself, like, whatever. Easily swap him for Carl Urban, but the general sort of aesthetic of the film, did like. The flying bikes, you know, your jet bikes. Alex Garland, Peter Trav. Were they the directors? Oh, I think we finally. Ladies and jelly spoons, we have now reached an auspicious part of the stream where I can just go. Don't stop moving. Yes. Yes. That's all in place. We can. These bits are. You know what? I'm going to glue them in and they're not going to move. And it's going to be. The door's not going to open. Is it? The door's not going to be able to open at all. I'm going to glue this in. It's going to be an absolute travesty. I will cry the tears. Someone, I need, you know what? Like it's supposed to be a bit of a loose fit. But a little bit too loose. I reckon we get the slender sheet of styrene out. This might be too slender, in fact, but we'll give it a go. Where you got to enjoy watching me use a blade again. Yeah. All right. Pencil. He died today? Oh. Well, isn't it lucky that Sharon managed to milk him for one more? Your kid came running downstairs to tell you? Oh. Reminds me of Bowie. Holding on to do one more thing before passing away. I don't know, man. I don't know. I was never massively keen on Shazza. Not my favourite person. I don't think even this is going to be... I think this is going to be too thin. But we're going to slap it in there anyway. We're going to wiggle it around. Clean those... These bits are getting blown all over the place. She is massive, massive. I'm not being not being even complimentary when I'm saying that. Never been keen on her. I was never on when I was living in the States and the Osborne show, or the Osbournes, hell it was called. Not massively keen on that. Glue. Utter rascal. Okay, get dead. Ozzy was a legend. Absolutely. Literally a few moments ago. Bloody hell. Glad he got to go out with a bang. Oof, yes. The best to do They best do something in WoW for him. Evidently, I did forget his ad. When was this advert done, Gabba? Along with the Mr. T one, I vaguely remember. You're gonna have to remind me about those. When did those come out? Sort of era. My cousin managed to get a ticket for that. Said it was just perfect from everyone involved. Mid 2000s. So, yeah, there's a good chance I will have seen that then. Wondering if, yeah, I think that's a lot. That's a lot better, that fit. I don't know how well it's going to actually, you know, hinge. It might not hinge at all, in which case we'll just have to go, you know, this is a complete waste of time. You've wasted 3 hours and 31 minutes. However, we know that technically there's a hinge which works. It's buggered. Always hope I get to go out on your own terms like that. What was your optimum way of going out? I've been seeing photos of Ozzy's daughter and Shazza. Oh God. Yes. Yes. I saw a picture of her the other, like at that concert or whatever. I didn't realize that was her. You look very strange. And that's putting it mildly. Proper golem creatures. The Aussie one had him on chair screaming he was the Prince of Darkness, and the Mr. T was... Oh, okay. They're sounding vaguely familiar, because I think I was working at Lion King then. Maybe, and everyone would have been blabbering about it then. So I'm pretty sure that sounds familiar. Bottle of whiskey in hand, screaming into the void, naked in the mountains. Hey, that would work, wouldn't it? That would work. The mega rich all look the same in LA. It's strange, isn't it? I was thinking about that. I wasn't really thinking about that in particular. I was thinking about, like, how a lot of sort of people on TV do end up looking like each other a lot. Like, for example, I keep seeing the bloody what is it? Some shit like Only Wears Essex adverts or some crap like that on TV, and they all look the same. They all look that weird. Obviously, there's a difference between the mega rich in California, etc., and Essex people. Like, I don't know if they're rich Essex. I don't know who they are. What the bloody hell are they? Rich Essex people, or are they just... I don't know. Whatever they are, they all look weird and the same. You're gonna have to... I don't know. I don't watch that. I hate it. I hate live reality TV with a burning passion. Huge lips, pulled faces, and massive tits. Yeah, that's not... It's not really the aesthetic one wants. And no personality. You Google them. I always think of Escape from LA with the plastic surgery cult. Hold on, wait. Let me double check, because I can't remember. What's the daughter's name? Sharon and Kelly Osbourne? Because she used to be, like, I always remember she had quite a, how do you put it? Prominent jaw? Is that the right way of saying it? I don't even know. Is this her? Try and look up Kelly and Shazza now. No. Okay. This... Oh. Okay, this picture right here. I didn't... Okay, are we on the... That's Shazza, right? That's Shazza. She looks like it's a skull with hair on. She's got her personality glasses on. I mean, Jack actually... Like, how's Jack turned out? He actually... I don't know. It's just a picture. Who knows? But he's obviously managed to reproduce. Jack's normal. Yeah. He's obviously... has no idea what's going on. He's like, is that ring as big as mine? I can't wait to die, yeah. Jack came out pretty well because he, like, I remember the show coming out in the States when I was living out there, and I think this is probably when my general hatred of reality TV might have started. I would put it all down to this. Fact, ladies and jelly spoons. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to. All right, look at her. All right, I can't do the meme, but just imagine I'm doing the meme. Look at her. Look at him. Her. Look at him. All right, same picture, same thing. She really is a dreadful person. Poor Nagash. I know. I didn't want to do it. But I thought someone has to. She looks like she's saying you'll never take Snake Mountain, He-Man. She does. It is the same picture. Yeah, it is. Ugh, sorry, I'm struggling. I've got to get rid of that picture. It's not the most. She looks. She does, doesn't she? She does. Bless. Maybe she found the Holy Grail. You been put off your tea now? Gabba, I'm sorry. Listen, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It'll be all fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You can do some painting. What were you going to eat tonight? I'm having baked beans on toast, baby. With auxiliary amounts of cheese, like huge amounts of cheese. Sharon could easily be cast as Marathi the Hag Queen. She might have found the grail, but she's using it as an ashtray. Oh dear, I just so they've been on the was it Ozempic? Is that what it's called? Ozempic? Did they call it Ozempic because it almost sounds like Olympic? Gonna give you that Olympic body. Quite enjoying this impromptu Sharon roast. Yeah, well. I don't know, man. Well, I don't even know how old she is. Like, how old is she supposed to be? How old is she supposed to be? I was just wondering, like, is she remotely likely to move on to someone else, like some sort of leech? The Mo Farah of medication. Oh Christ! Poor Mo. Marathi or Sharon, aren't they the same person? Shaz is 72. She's 72? Why would you do that to yourself? That's just... Joan Rivers? Oh Christ, and that's saying something. That is saying something. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through Kelly Dubry Firkin's Instagram and regretting it. Vanity and a sense of world constantly judging you. Everyone's always judging everyone. Who cares? At least Joan Rivers was funny. Yeah, exactly. Wait, is Rivers dead? No, she's probably not. She's probably still alive and kicking somehow. Also unlimited bank account balance. Flippin' Nor. Listen. I mean, they're having a juicy, sexy bank account balance would be a lovely thing. Ugh. Wait, hold on. Okay. There's something. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture. She reminds me of... Is she someone from Mortal Kombat? This is so sorry, but she looks like the one on the left. I don't know who it is. This person, maybe. She vaguely reminds me of one of the, you know, one with all the teeth behind the mask. What do you spend your money on when you bought everything? Cocaine and hookers? I don't know, man. And Warhams, yeah, how could you forget? Mylena, yeah, she's... I don't know, that was my first impression. Like, if I was being... Oh, but she loves her, that's all right. I love you and your money. I mean... Mylena, yeah. Melina. I need to watch that, trailer. Must watch it. I need to do that tonight, apart from having baked beans and Mortal Wombat. What an amazing night that's going to be. Yes. Oh! Yes. So I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, folks. I don't think we're painting this. But I'm not sure what we're going to do for the base, the buttery biscuit base yet. We will be painting scenery on this stream though at some point. Boonkite, oi oi, Savaloy. How's it going, dude? How is it going? Ba, 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 ba. Just talking about Aussie. And his harpy of a wife. Bonnie does have the Outriders. I have as many as I can legally fit in your army. What? Wait, how big is your army though? You talking about a 2,000 point army? For pussies, or like a 4,000 or 5,000 point army? That's the real question. We, you know. Oh. No, but that's for 2,000 points. That's for 2,000 points. Surely. No one said you have to only have 2,000 point armies. You can go bigger. Bonnie does have an army. He does. Yeah, just yeah, likewise. Just having a quick look at. Oh god, I got that picture of like got Kelly Osbourne's Instagram on. I may have left all the power packs off. Can't bring it. Well, you would kick yourself. You would kick yourself. As soon as you sold them, you'd be like, God damn it. They've only gone and brought the Khan back on a proper bike. I just sold them. Son of a beast, I'm going to start all over again. It's the gap that joins the two side parts together that's causing me an issue. Oh, okay. Can only do bone. Hey. I've had no coffee today. I wondered what the hell was going wrong. Jesus Christ on a bicycle. Khan on a bicycle. I think it's so easy. Honestly, I struggled. And then I realized I'm fucking amazing. And realized I could do it. I can sort of paint it. Like, it's not like a regular thing. It's alright. It's okay, it's functional. Yellow I enjoy painting yellow. Yellow is fun. F-U-N. It's fun, because it's an excuse for breaking out Scrag Brown. And as we know, Slag Brown is one of the finest colours there is. You're not a fan? God damn it. You don't mind white when you get to weather it? Alright, where's the thing? I think I've painted a fist helmet and chopped off hands. Why would you do such a thing? You should have a go. Treat yourself, then you'll learn to love it. I think maybe that's why you don't do it. You'll realize that you actually love the Imperial Fist. Dawn's hand. It's on a Necron base. Utter rascals. Utter bloody rascals. A lot of you. They love a bit of self-flagellation. Well, you know. When the time is right. Hold on. That sounds like an advert from a film. Oh! Lethal Weapon? 2 or 3? You know, what's his face's daughter does that TV advert for like condoms, some brand of condoms or something like that. Yeah, I'm not hallucinating on that one. I'm definitely not imagining that. No, that's it. I think it's in Thingamajiggle 2. Lethal Weapon 2. Oh, that was no. She was. No, maybe it was Lethal Weapon 3. Could have been Lethal Weapon 3. I am right. I'm bloody right. I just can't remember the film. I know what I'm thinking of. All right. Like the adverts, like they're on some beach. Right? They're on some beach. And, I don't know, catches an eye of some dude or something like that. There's some cheesy voiceover. I've not seen that. Just to clarify, I've not seen that film in bloody ages. Still got the memory vaguely functioning. All right. I'm just going to slap this door in there. It's not going to rotate at all, but frankly, at least it has a door. Maybe we could have it open a smit. I think we'll actually paint it. We'll paint it first and then slap the door on later. Can you use Milliput over Prime Plastic? Hold on. Pop quiz. Who wrote the music for the Lethal Weapon series? I do not know. Can you use Milliput over Prime Plastic? I would have thought so, probably to some extent. Depends like how much damage, like attention it's going to get. How much sort of movements and stuff like that. Eric Clapton? Old Clappers? Really? I was not expecting to hear that. You only used it before priming? I mean, I'd probably use it to some extent afterwards. Once the primer's fully dried. Good. But I wouldn't want to sort of like do like a heavy amount of it. Like sort of heavy stuff, so to speak. A bit of gap filling? Yeah, probably. But I wouldn't be sculpting like a hand on something. Okay, so our little house in the middle of our street. It's sort of like that kind of deal. Bloody does look like chocolate flake, doesn't it? Oh, love a chocolate flake. I love a chocolate flake. If anyone has any, hook me up. I need to watch that series again. Probably a little bit of Sandy on the door frame would fix that, maybe. I don't think the door frame, like it's supposed to be the problem is the door itself, like the hinges were part of the door. Like they're on their own separate bit. I mean, I suppose I could add a bit more styrene, a little slither of styrene between those bits. I suppose we could do that, but I'll do that after the stream. I don't want to bore everyone to death. We've literally just been running our mouth the entire stream. But I do want to get the edge of this on. Bob Seger. That was Beverly Hills Cop to Cop. Bloody hell, these films I've not seen bloody ages. Weren't there issues with the person who acted as Riggs in the series? Was he a bit wild or something? Oh, hello, Betty. Yeah, I've got to keep my eyes on the time. It's almost 8 o'clock. Not do that. That was not the move. Okay. Right. All right. Vaguely all right. Good enough for Disney. Swear to God, the lighting. Okay, so that is going to go. Yeah, I reckon. So I've got to get some decent photos for cursed Instagram, etc. There and then this, right? And if there's a specific set of, must be like this. The only thing is, if I want to do, I'm gonna have to make it with the paint the inside. Slap that bad boy on. Functional. Right, is that fun? Yeah. Well, you'll get to the bikes after this, Custody. How's that Custody coming along? Good enough for Disney. And then I'm not sure what we're going to do with the scenery. Like, as I said, the reason why we're not painting this yet is because I don't know if I'm going to attempt to do some sort of cellar kind of action. If I'm going to do a cellar, then I'd probably want to consider having the doors open with the staircase going down. Otherwise, glue those bad boys shut. Doing stages, boots and legs and all. Boots, legs, all done. Hell yes. Hell yes! However, apart from the door situation, and that's just like, you know, my own error and not having the patience to print out another door, we will be doing the ruined versions of some of these. I don't think we'll be doing ruined versions of all. And vice versa, we won't be doing the complete versions of all. We'll be doing ruined versions. So we will get some pictures, hopefully soon, TM. Be very nice. And then we can either paint it on stream or a YouTube video. Not made my mind up yet. But I've got a fair amount of stuff to clean up already in here. And I've got to finish my coffee, which I'm really looking forward to. My coffee is going to be delicious. Or at least it's going to be cold. It's going to be one or the other at least. I'm going to put this. Look great with your Burrows and Badgers stuff, all Bretonians. I really like these minis. I'm looking forward to printing more. I just have to print some practical things first. Unfortunately, before I get to print more of those bits of scenery. Can't show you the bits because I've now removed the page. But I've got to print some practical bits and pieces, I suppose, before I go too mad with printing more random bits of scenery. So yes. Let me just you know what? We can. I see Zombella streaming, so we can go and say hello to Zombella. Folks on YouTube, hello. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I am potentially streaming on YouTube tomorrow. Definitely Twitch at 4 o'clock UK time. If I'm not here on YouTube, I will be over on Twitch. Really depends how I feel, unfortunately. But we'll see how it goes. But raid, folks, we are going to go and raid Zombella. It is 8 o'clock after all, and I am absolutely parched and need coffee. Copy and paste the raid alert, that raid thing that's suitable for you. And let's get this raid underway. You look after yourself. Please come through and at least say hello to Zombella, who can't swim today because of sharks in the water. Terrible. Get this raid underway. Thank you. And goodbye. Yes.